Hi, welcome to Take 5, your executive summary of the Jewish week. This is the first full week of the month of Tammuz. It has Parshas Chukas in it, which is this Shabbos, and the Shabbos is also July 1st. On Friday, light your candles between 6:58 and 8:13. The Parsha of the week is Parshas Chukas, the sixth Parsha of the fourth book of the Torah. And it talks about a very strange mitzvah, the mitzvah of the red heifer, something that's uniquely Jewish. I say uniquely Jewish because just like the laws of kosher food, it didn't make it into Christianity, and in this case, even into Islam. The mitzvah is relevant when a person wants to go into the temple or do some other tremendously connective mitzvah to connect to Hashem. In a state of spiritual impurity, one can't do that. So the Torah mandates a special process to regain spiritual purity, which involves a totally red cow, which has never been worked. Slaughter the cow, we burn it in fire with several special plants, and then the ashes from that fire mixed with spring water and spritzed on the person twice in 1 week. It's a strange mitzvah. It's one of those mitzvahs we would never have come up with on our own. And in fact, it's the paradigm of that type of mitzvah called a chok, something that we do just because Hashem said so. And the takeaway is that really, even the mitzvahs that we think we know why we're doing it, like don't murder, don't steal, we're really doing them just like that mitzvah, which is because Hashem said so. Other things in the parsha are the deaths of both of Moshe's siblings, Aaron and Miriam. Also, there's another complaint about the manna, after which point Hashem sends a plague of snakes. When the people ask for forgiveness, Hashem tells Moshe to make a copper snake and put it on a pole. And when someone is bitten by the snake, they'll look at the snake on the pole and they'll be healed. In fact, the Greeks took this symbol of healing and it became what's called a scapulus, which is a symbol even today, a pole with a snake wrapped around it, which symbolizes healing and medicine. The Parsha also contains several early wars that the Jewish people fought on the way into the land of Canaan, the promised land. Here's your executive riddle of the week. When Miriam dies, the miraculous well of water that supplies water for the Jewish people in the desert disappears. When Moshe will later die, the manna that supplies miraculous food for the Jewish people in the desert will later disappear. In this week's parsha, when Aaron dies, what facet of miraculous sustenance for the Jews in the desert disappears? Last week's riddle was a question about former U.S. Marine Daniel Perry and his case and the chokehold case of death of Jordan Neely. What do you think the Talmud would say? So without giving a comprehensive answer, which would be very difficult, I'm going to mention three things that if one were a Jewish court, one would have to take into consideration. Number one, if a perpetrator is actively pursuing someone with intent to kill, everyone would be obligated to save the life of the pursued, even by taking the life of the pursuer. In addition, if it would be possible to save that pursued person by using less force and not killing the pursuer, one would be obligated to do so. And three, the question remains, what would be the degree of culpability of a person who accidentally utilized too much force and took the life of the pursued when less force would be the case? The best answer that we received was by Elise Goldberg and her son Moshe. Congratulations, and I'm going to give a special shout out to Dr. Elise, who has answered all of the riddles of all the executive summaries to date. Up next, this coming Thursday, July 6th, is the fast day of the 17th of Tammuz. It was the day on which Moshe smashed the tablets after the sin of the golden calf. And it begins a period of time in the Jewish calendar known as the 3 weeks. It's a period which is bookended by 2 fast days. The end of the 3 weeks is the fast of Tisha B'Av, the date on which the Holy Temple was destroyed not once but twice. During these 3 weeks, we observe a period of national mourning, which includes not taking haircuts, not going to concerts and the like, and not making weddings. We hope that the temple will be rebuilt by the period of the 3 weeks this year, and we won't have to fast at all. And with that, I want to conclude and wish you a happy, healthy, and holy week.